Welcome this evening, and at the same time express our Nicham Avedim to a member of the very Choshev Yarselovich, when the Mishpach of Yeshua is in Klal Yisrael Yarselovich, named on the loss of his father, the File, Lucky Menachem Eschem, just past the Shloshim. We also welcome our old Yedid, Yitzchak Isaac, all the way from Russia. Been with us a few years. He came back finally this summer again. Bruchim Aboy, everybody's welcome. Moshe Kibbutz Torah Mishinai. The Seder is from Pesach until Rosh Hashanah, every Shabbos. That's the order. We learn Pirkei Avos. And this is the third time that we're beginning all this again. We started right at the first Shabbos after Pesach. The second time we started was the first Shabbos after Shavuos, after Matan Torah, and now this is the first Shabbos after Shivas Tammuz. And there's a parallel between these two, between Shavuos and Shivas Tammuz, and the third time when we begin again will be by Rosh Chodesh Elul. There's a parallel between all three, because each three deals with luchos. Shavuos was when the Kodesh was Mekabel the Torah, or the luchos. And the Shivas Tammuz, the Shtabra HaLuchos. Moshe Rabbeinu came down from Har Sinai and saw the spectacle. The Klal Yisrael wandered so far, he made Negel Azov. So in his anger, his kas, he broke the luchos, the Shtabra luchos. And the third time is by El, when Moshe Rabbeinu went up again to receive the second set of luchos, when it was on Rosh Chodesh Elul. So each one deals with luchos. Moshe Kibbutz Torah Sinai and Mesorah Yeshua. Moshe Rabbeinu, he was Mekabel the Torah from Har Sinai. Was he from Har Sinai? When Mesorah Yeshua, and he in turn handed down to Yeshua. Two things. What do you mean Sinai? Mekabel the Torah from the Rabbi Fishbain. What is Sinai? And what do you mean Mesorah Yeshua? And he gave it over to Yeshua. What do you mean? He gave it over to Yeshua only. We have Chalish Chumsha Torah. We have Breshis, Shmais, Vayikra, Mendes Barim. What did he give over to Yeshua? And what did Yeshua give over to the Canaan, the tradition, and to the Canaan to Nevi'im, and Nevi'im to Hashikar Sagdola? What they give? They're talking they're talking about more than the written, than the Chalish Chumsha Torah. They're talking about the oral, the Torah Taval Peh. Talking about this Moshe Kibbutz Torah Sinai. He was Mekabel from Har Sinai. He was Mekabel from the Rabbi Fishbain. He was Mekabel besides the Torah Shebiksav, the Luchos, and the Breshis Shmais Vayikra, when it was burned written Torah. He was Mekabel also the Torah Shabbat Peh, the oral Torah, all the halachis, all that we extract and learn, and that there's all sorts of indications of Muslim from each and every, not only in each and every sentence and each and every word, but in each letter, each sanctified Torah Kedoshah, each sanctified letter of the Torah is laden with meaning, with meaning and laws and conduct and midas tovos, how a person should conduct himself. This all was handed down from the Rabbi Fishbain. Moshe Rabbeinu sat as a student before the Almighty, and Rabbeinu taught him the Torah, and taught him the Torah Shabbat also, and then he in turn had turned it over to Yeshua. Why does it change the term from Moshe Kibbutz? He received it, and he changed it over the expression to Mesorah, and he gave it over. Why doesn't it continue with the same expression? Moshe Kibbutz Torah Sinai, Yeshua Kibbutz Moshe, and the Zakanim Kibbutz each day. Why does it change from that he was Makabel, he received it and gave it over? Why does it continue with he received? Because the Chazal tell us, our sages, that when Moshe Rabbeinu went up to Har Sinai to be Makabel the Torah, it wasn't an easy, the path wasn't open for him. There were those that competitors, those that stood in the way, wanted a roadblock. The Malachim, the angels, they said, my goodness, let them. A Torah, such a treasure, that for so many generations, it was kept up here in Shemayim, in the heavens. You're going to give it to human beings, flesh and blood, that they'll obey, they'll disobey more than they obey, more mitzvahs they'll keep, they'll transgress. You're going to give something like that to flesh and blood? Keep it up here for our angels, for us. We will honor it. We'll keep the Torah with much more faithfully than human beings. So the Rabbi Fishbain told Moshe Rabbeinu, he says, you represent the Klal Yisrael. You came here to receive the Torah. For the Klal Yisrael, you rebuttal. You speak up and defend. So Moshe Rabbeinu undertook the task, and from his portfolio, his arguments, he defeated the Malachim, and the Bereshit succeeded in giving the Torah to Klal Yisrael. So that's why Moshe Kibbutz, he was the force. It was because of him. He was different than Yeshua. They already had something waiting for them to be given to them. He was the one that fought with the Malachim, and it was his doing that he didn't have a Torah. And then in turn, he gave it over to the other, to Yeshua. Yeshua just came to him. What is the point? Why was there a Torah Shabbat Peh? Why couldn't everything be written just like the Chamisha Torah? Why wasn't the entire Torah, even the oral Torah Shabbat Peh, why wasn't they also committed to writing? Because we know throughout the generations, in the time of Moshe Rabbeinu, that was human beings reached its peak of intellect. The greatest human beings were in that time, in that generation of Moshe Rabbeinu. What we see nowadays, all these technological advances, computers with missiles, with also whatever you see now. Well, in this day, this doesn't tell us that human beings are smarter today than they were thousands of years ago. It's just they have a collection. They collected over the ages. Thomas Edison's his breakthrough was a greater breakthrough than what we have now with computers. To make electricity, or to make locomotives, to make from fire to make power. That was a tremendous breakthrough. It was a greater breakthrough. These breakthroughs are greater than. They built on that. They added their own, which was minuscule compared to these original breakthroughs. It was a much greater breakthrough than the peak of human intellect was at Har Sinai. That's standing outside. That's when a human being was the most intelligent that ever walked the face of the earth. And because of their great intellect, they were able to commit to memory this entire oral Torah. They were able to, as the generations passed, the following, the prophets and the Nevi'im and the Zakanim and the great assembly, and the Tanaim, and the Amoraim, and the Rishonim, all the succeeding generations, their minds, their intellectual prowess, and their intelligence, they didn't possess that asset, that great intellect that the generation of the Har Sinai had. And as a result, laws were lost and forgotten. Many laws were forgotten. So why wasn't it committed, everything put down to writing? Because Torah is not just a subject, it's not just knowledge, it's not data. That's not data. It's something that a human being has to absorb, and it has to transfigurate his neshama, his soul. Every word of Torah that a Jew absorbs, he becomes a different human being. He's not the same human being that walked into Besmerish. He walked in before Minche, and then at Minche, and Marv, here's a Dvar Torah, and then he leaves after Marv. He's not the same Yankov, not the same Moshe, he's not the same Dovah, he's not the same human being. He absorbed it into his bloodstream as a different human being. And as a result, they could only gain this from having a Rebbe, a master, a teacher, who, from his Rebbe, from his teacher, from his master, he also digested, absorbed all of the Torah knowledge, and with it, conduct, and midas tovos, morality, perfection, everything that made him for a God-fearing Jew, a Jew with kindness, a human being that wasn't selfish, a human being with piety and with wisdom. This was because he had before him a living Torah. He had a teacher, a rabbi, a master who was a living Torah. And it wasn't just a professor that rattled off formulas and knowledge. He had before him a professor, he had a master, just sitting in his presence and observing him, and observing Torah, that made him for a different human being. Chanani ben Akai Shoimer, Rosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ozaki says, the Tikva, Himlach Torah, Mitzvah, Shinamar Adonai Chavis, Yitzchak, Yaakov Tzarem Yadim.